Before match number 1, Bobby Heenan tells the crowd that it would be appropriate for everybody to stand in respect of the king of the WWF, King Haku, who comes out for his match with Hercules. This match goes for 7 minutes. It ends when Hercules hits a back suplex into a bridge for the pin. Tom, what's your thoughts on this one?
For a start, what you were talking there about everyone, Bobby saying that everyone should bow to Haku. Jesse then says he can't see anybody booing, and Gorilla says, well, it must be because of the camera angle, which I quite liked. Hercules comes down. He's a babyface now, swinging his chain around like an absolute psychopath. And as I was watching this match, I was thinking to myself, like, maybe it's because we know how hard Haku was, but all of his offense looks amazing. And I'm watching it thinking, God, I don't want to be taking one of those chops from Haku. There's a little bit where I think Haku tries to get a bear hug on Hercules, or it might be the other way around. And then there's a little bit of commentary when Gorilla says he's not going to submit to that, and Jesse's like, well, he's not going to try and get him submitted, but he's trying to wear him down, which I thought was a nice bit of commentary. And for the time, there's some reasonably high-flying moves in this. I think there's a couple of cross bodies from Haku. There's a flapjack from Hercules. It's all just quite not a bad match, and I thought I reasonably enjoyed it. There was a bit of a weird move though, where Hercules inexplicably tries to go off the top rope and tries to hit something. I don't know what he's quite trying to do, but it's a lovely sidekick from Haku, and Haku misses a headbutt off the second rope, and the suplex that Hercules does, and the bridge in particular, is absolutely repulsive. It's the worst bridge you'll ever see. He's basically just led on his back with his legs, his feet flat against the floor. It is absolutely appalling, considering how much we love a bloody good bridge from a suplex on this show.
Well, first of all, what I found quite funny is Haku's theme, because to me, that's Jerry Lawler's theme. This match is going to be a lot of this sort of theme coming from you throughout the majority of this show. In that, I don't think a lot of these matches were bad, but they weren't necessarily good. They were kind of just there. You know, that's how I feel about the card mostly as a whole. So, I mean, you know, it was okay. I will say that I did feel that Hercules looks like a rather really jacked up version of Elias. At least he did to me anyway. But yeah, there was a couple of good things in this. You know, couple of good suplexes from Haku. You know, there was a sort of stalled backbreaker thing that he did, which I thought was quite nice. The bear hug spot did go on a little bit too long for my taste, but you know that was fine. I'm going to keep calling him Herc because I've got him in my notes as Herc. It's sort of a cross body at the end and a nice power slam. I do agree, Tom. The bridge wasn't great, but yeah, it was a relatively decent start to the show. Not too great, not too bad. It was fine.
I thought this was all right, actually. I thought this was quite good, pretty average. I wasn't really expecting it. Haku versus Hercules, for whatever reason, seems like a very strange opener to me. It doesn't seem very regular that they would do that. It just seems really odd that they would make that the first match. But it's actually all right. And there's a little storyline here. So Hercules had been sold by Bobby Heenan to the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase, which then Hercules had obviously rebelled against and become a babyface as a consequence of it. So again, nice little bit of storyline. And obviously Haku's Bobby Heenan's kind of main man, or one of his main men at this time. And, you know, again, I think what I love about that is that they've drawn upon the Ted DiBiase gimmick. They've just said, like, this guy's got money, so him having lots of money is going to lead to things, and one of them is he tries to buy someone who doesn't want to be bought, and the heel manager's happy to sell him because he's not got any scruples himself. So I like that a lot. Weirdly though, in the middle of this, there's some boring chants immediately. So this is, I mean, already exhibit number 1 about this crowd. We talked about it at length during WrestleMania 4, but in this show they are once again sitting on their hands for the vast majority of it, not really interested. It really does feel like you've got a lot of people out there that are quite rich, just out there to have a sort of few laughs on a Saturday night. It could be anywhere. They could be at the theatre, they could be at a bar, they could be at, you know, a country club do or something. They just happen to be at WrestleMania 5 because Trump or Vince or WWE or someone has invited them along, and they don't have a clue. They don't care. The only people they've heard of are the ones who've been in movies or, you know, are in the main event. So yeah, it just instantly, first match, boring chance already. Really kind of strange situation there.
You see the front row on the high camera. You see Donald Trump in shot throughout the entire show, along with lots of other 1980s Wall Street yuppie kind of characters. I was disappointed I didn't see IRS actually amongst them, because that'd been quite nice. But yeah, you're right. The crowd in this is dirt, and again follows on from WrestleMania 4. Same people, I expect.
Probably. It doesn't help that Trump himself seems to arrive just a few minutes into the first match.
Yeah.
So he's opposite the hard cam. I think you can see him arrive, and then he's chatting to some people for ages, and it really distracted me for a long old time because there's people. So someone stood facing him from inside the ring barrier as well, like the crowd barrier. As I say, it felt like they could just be seeing a singer somewhere, like, oh, we're going to see Robert Goulet at the casino, for example. It could be something like that.